Hello everybody and welcome. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Golden Lab for the season finale of the Sake Speedway, which is not Fuji. It is a wet track. It is a dangerous track. In the standings, we stand firmly in P7, P8. I do not see a world where Gabriel Larousse managed to overtake any of us really. And we're still 6 points away from Luan Oliveira. We got lucky last race, managing to take points off of Oliveira, but 6 points to him may be a bit of an ask. As for the team standings, we're fourth, and we're finishing fourth. The Chapman isn't scoring 46 points, it's not even possible. At the top of the board, though, we've got a very close battle for first between Ryan, Mark, and Moretti. I'm surprised to see the Elzolini so far down, actually, because, well, let's face it, I wasn't really paying that much attention to the big names. But it's a close one. It's a very close one. They're very much in contention, all three of them, for the title. And for the team standings, though, it's Zolini. Technically, mathematically doable for LeBron, but that ain't happening. Well, we gotta work it out for us. We need Romano to score a lot more than Oliveira if we want to do anything besides 7/8. But I will definitely take a 7/8. As for the cars, they're fine. They're fine. I'm gonna keep the money. I'm gonna keep the money for next season. I don't think we need to better the car in any way. Now, the Sake Speedway is a fast, flowy track with only one slow speed corner, the hairpin, the first hairpin, which is neat, which means steering and chassis are going to be important, but I don't see the need to invest more. So, without further ado, let's go for the season finale. And it's going to be a very wet quali. That's going to be an interesting one. We need to use every dry tire compound on one car during the race. Right, I did pick that at the end of the last episode. We'll see what that turns out. Rodney Campbell is a bit hungover. Well, we'll see what that... Oh, this is going to be... Okay, this is going to be a session where your first lap is going to be your best lap. Alright, guys. Well, let's see how you place on the grid in these very wet conditions. Don't impede us. Don't impede us. Okay, we're not getting impeded. We'll try to go back out for one more round on the inters, but there is no doubt in my mind that it's not going to be conclusive, and that the first one is going to be the best. Alright, 1/10 apart. Advantage Rodriguez this time. Yaub goes faster than us. A lot of people go faster than us. That ain't good. We're going to underperform for the last race of the season. Oh, well, let's see. Yeah, I'll go steering. Maybe chassis. Yeah, let's go chassis. I don't think it really matters. I think this last race of the season is a bit of a write-off, if we're being honest, with the standings being what they are. Not a very high-stakes season finale like I would have liked to see. Well, maybe it is for the championship, but not really for us. And while the cars go around, let's check the corners. So, right from the pit exit, we go to first corner. Fitting. Light cola. 100 degrees. Yeah. The haircut. Is that a corner? I mean, it is, but yeah, no. Television. Supposed to be radio. 7th corner. And net worth. I don't know Fuji's corner names that well. I could look them up, but we got somebody in the breeze. Still in the green. Still improving. Okay. Moretti down in 7th. Well, that's a surprise, and that's a big thing for the championship. For Urban's chances. And we go back up to P7, P8 ahead of Moretti. There's no way that stays that way, right? There's no world in which Moretti... I mean, it's getting wetter and wetter. Yeah, Moretti is improving. Okay. But Ryan is setting purple laps. Well, purple sectors at the very least. Okay. Yeah, we definitely won't be able to golden tune in these very wet conditions, which means lap times are very high. I set inters, but it may be wet territory. But if we put on wets, we're gonna be slower. So let's try one last. One last round in wet. Moretti got impeded. Moretti's down in P10. That may be championship defining. Doesn't change a damn thing for us, but Lovera is being slower than us is very good. And we're starting to see wide sectors, meaning we're not improving. And I think that's the final standing. Schaub is ahead, and more importantly, maybe Larousse and Loop are both ahead. That looks like it's gonna be an interesting race. But I don't think we're getting caught by these two, but you never know. I mean, a very wet race would be... At least it would be good entertainment, right? Oh, wow, that golden lap, the golden tune, monstrous. Of course, you're getting good tuning in a race where it doesn't really matter anymore for us if we do. And Moretti is in 11th. 11th. Oh, we're the only ones running wets. Some people are still having green sectors, but not enough to improve their lap time. And yeah, it's right about the crossover point for wets. We set the same time as Lovera. So unless we got to drive a mega in the zone for the next stint, I don't think we're seeing any improvement whatsoever. Oh, well. Dun, 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 dun. That's big tuning still. Gee. Engineer Pope has been doing a very good job, and we're clearly wanting more of that next season. Because there will most likely be a next season. We'll see. Alright. Do we see green sectors? None whatsoever. Oh, Rodriguez did have one. That been with enough tuning, then maybe Morton is improving all 3 sectors. Gee! Huh. It may just not be right off with enough tuning. Alright. Need to head back into the game, Tumbles. And maybe a couple positions still to wrestle from Shab or Loop. Moretti goes back up to 6. Okay. Still not very good for Moretti, but better at least. Yeah, I need one of my drivers to be in the zone. And nope. Although they both improve. Both actually improve. Okay, we may see improvement right at the end when the grip is slightly better. They've both improved, but they're not the only ones. And Moretti jumps back up, and we're down in P10 and P11. Lovera going P6. Okay. Well, that's not going the way I thought it was going to, so it seems that the season still has a couple more surprises in store for us. Ugh, +1. And we may still be in for a triple golden tune somehow. Shows you what I know, even at the end of a season. And Rodriguez can't focus. No, you need to do the opposite of that. That's not can't focus, that's super duper focused you need to do. Romano goes faster and goes above Schaub. I mean, that's good, but that's Lovera. Your target is Lovera. Oh, +19. Oh, +14. And that's the triple tune, baby. Which means that we can wait until the very last second to send Rodriguez out. Try to get the best grip Very good indeed, because we're not getting 2 laps, I don't think. Plus 14. Ah, Romano needs to get right the hell out, though. Alright, let's keep Rodriguez. Oh, news. 7 minutes. It's Jova. It is Jova. Fonseca ending the session under yellow flag, meaning that we're not getting another lap in. Meaning we qualify P9, P11. And the standings are, if I'm correct, the same as the championships. Woods, Mark, Moretti, Ryan. Fonseca, goddammit, you ruined it for everyone. It was gonna be fun. Are you allergic to fun? And Schaub actually has the same time as Rodriguez, but set that time first. Well, we're gonna get swarmed to turn 1 anyway, so it doesn't really matter, I guess, but yeah, both Chapman ahead of us, and the Waylands, we are a second and a half off the pace from Lovera. Well, it's gonna start cloudy, like overcast, and then go to full rainy. So it's gonna start not dry, definitely not dry. That's Inters. But then we box for soft, or at least dry tires. And yeah, we're gonna try to burn these Inters in the first few laps. Or is it worth? Let's go with a strategy with more pit stops. We've got a very good pit crew, so we can try a different strategy. I was considering starting on dry tires, but it's a bit too far off the mark. Let's see what everybody else does. Oh, we've got a combination. We've got a mix. We got a mix of tire compounds. That's going to be an interesting one. No doubt about it. Fonseca partied a bit too hard yesterday. Yeah, trying to forget about his damn crash that ruined qualifying for everybody involved. And apparently Ryan was invited. Being out of the championship fight really did a thing on Ryan. And Jürgen Schuss, Ferrari's engineer, crew chief. Ooh, that could be a title decider. All right, we are racing at Sake Speedway. It slides out, and away we go for the last race of the season. Okay, what the hell, Campbell? And Rolsangvist? What? Okay, clearly Inters are the tire to be on. We got absolutely wrecked. Rodriguez is just standing still, got caught sleeping. Now remember, it is a dangerous race, so we don't want to... We're dead last. Rodriguez is dead last. What? What? Okay, we got better top speed at least. No. We're supposed to be catching Lovera. Okay, Romano suddenly finds pace. It's like, oh right, that's how you drive a Formula 1 car. I simply forgot. Gee, and Ryan is just... What's up with Campbell? Did they steal a new part from another team? Romano can't focus on this lap. You're gonna chill. Rodriguez, you're in the zone though, so make. Moretti is down in P9 on his medium tires. She's getting swamped by the grid. I think the pit stop was the way to go. Rolsangvist is coming back down. Rodriguez, you're in the zone again. Alright. Mano can't focus again. Not alright. Okay, Rodriguez, take it easy. We don't want you to beat it, but if you can overtake the Ferrari on pace... I thought I'd see the day I'd say that in Season 1 with Knight. And for this time, Rodriguez is the one who's not in it. Okay, Romano can start pushing. Try to make a move on Hosler. Lovera is down in 14th. So what we need to do, we need to get away from the dry tire runners. We need to make a gap as large as possible from them and save enough for a pit stop. That's it. That's the strat. Need to burn these Inters. Yeah, we're already almost at the crossover point. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to create a pit stop with. They may have been right to start on the dries. So they're going to go into these inters until they go bye-bye, or until we know more about the rest of the weather forecasts. If it starts raining a lot, it may just be inters into inters. We just overtook Moretti on pace, but just casually throwing that out there. Mano, you're in the zone. Okay, you both are. Just Morton with a faster slap. Okay, the hard tire runners are getting faster. I'm just gonna keep pushing Moretti, coming through like we're standing still, which we probably are next to a Ferrari. And we're back in our usual P7, P8. Olvera is gonna have their work cut out for him, but still way too close from us. It's not a pit stop worth. Truck's running out, and the intermediate tires are going to fall apart. You want to pit and change tires? Yeah, you're still fast. You're still fast. Still have pace. And it's gonna get wet again, but I think that's at least a medium stint. Definitely at least a medium tire stint. We are at the crossover point. Maybe next lap, but... Alright, let's pit. Let's pit for mediums. The tire runners are... I mean, they're gonna last... They may last until they need to pit for inters. The medium tire runners, I'm not sure though. Alright, we took a gamble. I mean, a gamble. We kind of played it safe as well. My god, it's pit straight long. Okay, guys, chill a bit, will ya? I do want them to push in fuel, though, because this is the moment we're going to have the highest grip on track. And now, we're going to see Inter runners pitting. Campbell is pitting. Had a monstrous stint. The question is, where are we going to end up compared to Lovera? And the answer is way too far. Oh, terrible first lap is coming back to bite us. Because yes, guys, you had a terrible first lap. Okay, don't get stuck behind Rosenqvist and Fischer. Very good, very good. Romano cutting through traffic like it's no big deal. Rivera is gonna last until the crossover point of rain for sure on his hards, but he's gonna be slow at the end of his stint. So this may be our chance. Romano, you're in the zone again. Our drivers are really happy today. Maybe they're not feeling the pressure anymore and just going all out. We're like, yeah, we haven't got much to gain anyway. It's almost a done deal at this point. So let's just drive, man. And they're flying. Maybe I'm pushing them a bit harder. Okay, we're definitely catching on the hard tire runners here. 11 seconds off. And Romano, you have cooled down a bit. Triggers took over to Campbell, who was very good in the wet, but not that much. Vonheim's still on the inters somehow. Everybody's on dry tires. And at the top, Mark and Moretti have taken an option for final victory here in the championship. Okay, I need these mediums to last until the crossover point for inters. Right now we are... I mean, they're really not that far, really. Why do I feel like these wet range keep moving about? Because the wet range looks tiny here. I guess it's because it's a wet race? Because the inters really aren't that far off. Alright, that's fine by me. We can push a bit hard on these mediums then. Seems that doing a couple laps on inters when it's slightly dry is fine. And also, we've got our engineer to thank, because the track is still wet, and we go fast on a wet track using dry tires. We are 6 seconds off Morton now, which is really not that far. And Rodriguez doing his best to catch Romano. Maybe try to work together. Nope, never mind, you can't focus. I was going to say work together to try and make up ground to Lovera, who is still 9 seconds off the road from Romano. But if Rodriguez could put a wheel in that fight and play party pooper, I would not mind. Yes, you're in the zone. Okay, try to catch up to your teammate. And it's going to get increasingly wet. Until probably we're going to end the race in torrential rain. And the championship. I mean, it kind of fits for this championship, really. It was torrential for, like, half of it. Alright. 1.8 seconds off of Morton. These hot tires of Morton are falling apart, but I'm using a lot of fuel. Try and make up that ground. Okay, you can't focus. Neither can you. Okay. Take it easy for a lap. I mean, grip is still going to increase as the race goes on, but I'm trying to push when we are on dry tires, and we got this advantage off of our crew chief. And both of you can't focus. Okay, take it easy for this lap. Cool down your tires, cool down your heads, and then just go for it. Both of you. With 3 seconds off of Morton, who himself is 7 seconds off of Lovera. Wish the positions were switched. Hey, don't you want to give team orders to let Morton through, right? What do you mean it doesn't make sense for your championship? But it makes sense for mine. Okay, let's go. Oh. Well, that happened. Well, there goes our championship chances. Okay. Well, at least Romano is fine. It's not a red flag. Ouch, that's a shame. Yeah, that's an understatement. Do we pit? Do we pit for Inters? Yeah, we're gonna do that next lap. God damn it. I mean, he was in the yellow. That's fair, I guess. That's fair. And we did make up time with Rodriguez to Lovera, 12 seconds off, but man. We tried. I was pushing a lot. Still though, doesn't mean I'm not mad or disappointed, really. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. You can't focus, you're gonna have to, mate, because yeah, I don't see these inters being on for very long. No, seriously, 2 laps in a row is... Romano is fine. Get your head back in the game. It's not injured or anything. It's just fine. Just binned it. It happens. You guys know how this goes. Morton is getting away from us. He's got better rubber. But no, we all got the same. Everybody boxed thanks to Romano being Romano. So you're just slow. Oh damn it. You're in the zone. Okay, never mind. He took exception to that. Okay, you're in the zone again. Alright, but just please don't bid it. You're gonna need to be in the zone way more, mate. if we are to catch up to the 6 seconds to Morton and the 7 seconds to Rivera. We're not making up any ground. Hello, cat. Yes, very interesting. I like Golden Lab too. But would you mind liking and subscribing while you're watching? Because you're clearly watching, and you're watching it live. I was going to say on twitch.tv/tumbling satellite, but no, I'm not streaming those. Alright. We got lapped. I mean, that's good for a fuel, I guess. And this is soon going to be the crossover point for West, isn't it? Yep. So let's get these inters. Get as much out of these inters as we can before we change them for wets. And that crossover point for wets is most likely going to be the last pit stop for everybody involved. And it may be this lap, it may be next lap. Probably gonna be this lap. Thing is, you can't focus again. Rodriguez really didn't like Romano crashing and can't focus anymore. Okay, we're seeing the leaders pit. Is it time? Yep, I think it's time. We're gonna try the undercut on, well, you're 9 seconds away. You're not undercutting anyone, mate. You're not undercutting anyone. I mean, don't get me wrong, P7 would be a great result for Rodriguez. P7, P8 is where we belong, clearly. But I was hoping for more. You can't blame me, right? Just, you know. Okay, we can full push and fuel until the end of the race. Okay, you're in the zone, but don't bin it, otherwise it's going to be a very boring end to the episode. Righty, Mark. This is looking like a Ferrari 1-2. They're already pitted. Ryan is completely out of it. Kokonen's engine failed. 14 laps away from the end, from the season ending. That's a shame. Not like they were in for anything, but yeah, this is looking like a Ferrari 1-2, which would give the championship to, I want to say Moretti, but I'm not sure. And I don't like the as it stands graphic that the FIA does. Let's show is run on a slightly tighter budget than FIA's. We P6. We overtook Rivera in the pit. We undercut Rivera. Okay, chill. You just need to stay ahead. Well, it's not going to be enough for the championship to be ahead of Rivera. You need to overtake Wilson. He's only 3 seconds off the road, and you can't focus. Well, that's a down shame. We managed the 10-second undercut. 10 seconds. How? Is our crew that good? I mean, they are, but is that good? I don't mind. And I mean, I'm not sure Rodriguez. Nah, we would need to take 15 points of Rivera or something with Rodriguez. So that would be ridiculous. Rivera would need to bin it, basically. And even still, we need to finish like P3. Yeah, I don't see that happening. I'm not sure even a P4 would give it to us. So, yeah. I mean, it's good. We take any point we can get. Really, you're in the zone. Okay, but cool it. We don't want to do a Romano. But I'm still going to try and push. Try to catch Morton. We got the undercut done, and I don't think our tires being older will matter that much at the end. There's still going to be quite a bit of life left in these wet tires at the end of the race. 4 seconds. Yeah, Morton is pushing on fuel as well. And we can't even break away from Rivera, it seems. It seems this is firmly the pace. Right dab smack in the middle. We are the meat of the Wayland sandwich. Actually, no, it's a Rodriguez sandwich made by the Waylands, because you don't call a sandwich a braid sandwich. You know what I mean. Okay, 2 laps in a row in the zone. This is the last lap. This is the last lap. Okay, cool it, mate. You're not catching Morton. Well, Rodriguez ending the season on a very strong P6, and I think this is a Ferrari win. It's a Ferrari 1-2 anyway. We score 8 solid points with Rodriguez, Romano being the only on-track DNF. Konen suffering from a mechanical failure. 6 lap off is brutal. There's only 3 drivers in the lead lap, and we did not use, in fact, all 3 dry tire compounds. Far from it. And Ezzolini scoring 44 points. They already basically have the championship in the bag, but what's it going to be like in the driver standings at the end of this first season in 1970 with Knight? We get $4 reduce, and oh goodness, Joel Ryan taking the title. It's a tie, but Reinhard Countback from Moretti. Levy Mark only 2 points away. Oh, that is a way better season finale than Abu Dhabi 2025. Let me tell you that. That is absolutely inconsequential for us because Romano's DNF gave Carlos Rodriguez just enough room to get into P7, and we finish a very solid P4 in the championship. A very tight championship, actually, but we were in a bit of a no man's land, which means it's our base. We're supposed to be P10, by the way. And Ryan with 3 race wins, edging the Ezzolini by 0 points exactly. An absolutely amazing championship. We failed getting 100 points by a single unity, but that doesn't really matter. And that was a very good season for us. Ezzolini taking the constructors. Reminds me of a certain Red Bull team. And because we finished in P4, we get $70 of income from the FIA plus 7 because we finished 6th or above from our sponsor. We've got a very solid $77 from this season ending, and I got an achievement for the Cinderella story, finishing at least 5 places higher in the team standings than in the previous season because we were given P10 and we finished P4. That was an absolutely amazing season, and this is what happens at the end of a season. We get a status update. Basically, drivers get older and they get better. And some of them may even retire. Where are our drivers? Right at the bottom. They got a bit better. Rodriguez, who on paper was the better driver, by the way, had a better focus, meaning a higher chance of getting good laps and a lower chance of getting bad laps. Both drivers get a bit of a focus. It's absolutely terrible speed-wise, and their traits are inconsequential, except for the silkworm of Romano. But it's something. Now for the engineers, James Pope, no change here. Ribeiro going in his last year and a bit less accurate. We got one of the better engineers. Well, Alberto Neri is amazing, but actually I like +1 focus to our drivers. A tuning master, meaning whenever we tune, we get +1, which is why you never saw Zito potential in tuning. And, well, the Epson Magnet Genius doesn't really matter, because we didn't have an increase in stats. Yeah, James Pope probably was the man of the crew for the season. And when it comes to our crew chief, very young in his career, still a wet strategist with fuel strategist, which is why we could full push and fuel that much. No improvement there, but probably one of the best on the... Probably one of the best in the paddock. So, very good indeed. And the new season will start, but that's going to be a thing for a future video series. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here with me this season. I hope you had as much fun watching as I had recording, despite a few technical mishaps. We may be back for more of this, but probably in the new year. I'm recording this on Christmas Eve. And if you're watching this on Christmas Eve or tomorrow, well, Merry Christmas, everyone. I'll be catching you in 2026. Have a good one, everybody. Thank you for being here, and we'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.